Hi there, this is Mark Killian. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This week we're going to be looking at something super cool. Native American flutes. Now I have 3 of them, which I'm going to show you. We're going to start with a bass flute in A. This flute, as well as my other 2, are made by a guy called Odell in Arizona, I believe it is. High Spirits is the name of his company. He builds all sorts of Native American flutes from the smallest to the biggest. Beautiful work, not only aesthetically pleasing, beautiful to look at, but great instruments to play, very well built, very well made indeed. So this is an A, a low A. I believe he calls it a contrabass, but it's about the lowest you get. I think there's one in G just below this, or maybe it's an F sharp. But as you can see, you can't really get much lower without needing keys, because the holes are already almost too far apart to close. So let's go through the scale. This here is the lowest note. It's an A. Now as you go up the scale, so 2 things immediately. It looks like it's a diatonic instrument. There are only 6 holes, and it's in a minor mode, right, which is somewhat unexpected. So you've got A, C, D, and E. But it's actually not a diatonic instrument. It's chromatic. I'm going to put up here a fingering chart, and as you can see, with the 6-hole flute and with the 5-hole flutes, you get any note you want in the chromatic scale. I can't do that. I can just figure out what the hell I want to hear and do it. But someone who's very accomplished will be able to just play the chromatic scale with that flawlessly for you. Next note is going to be an F sharp. So it's kind of an odd thing, because at first you think, oh, I'm in A minor. But then you get to the D. Now you think, oh, maybe this is in D minor. And then you get to the 3rd and you realize, no, you're actually in D major if you think you're in D. So it's very odd. But really, if you want to get that F natural as opposed to the F sharp to make it the D minor, you just lift that finger up and keep that one down. And all sorts of weird fingerings can get you any note you want. So without further ado, let's listen to a track that I used this on, off the La Mission soundtrack. This film came out, I believe, in 2009, if I'm not mistaken, starring Benjamin Bratt, and here's more or less how that piece goes, if I can remember how to play it. So let's have a listen to that track. Okay, next up is the triple flute. Now this is an odd beast indeed. Basically, the middle tube here is just a regular flute like the one I just showed you, however much higher. This is also, what is this in? This is an A. So it's an octave up from that one. So it's essentially the same thing, same fingering. It'll be the same fingering chart, blah, blah, blah. But what is cool about this one is it has two drone pipes. How wicked is that? So this one on the left, I'm going to block off the two holes. You can see here there are three holes. It's three distinct flutes, basically, joined together. The one on the left is just an A drone. It's got no holes in it, so I can't do anything with it. It's just a drone pipe. Sounds like that. The one on the right has a few holes. Let me open them up here. It's got these little leather, if you can see, these little leather things that can close the holes for you or open them at will. There are three holes. This one on the right, with all the holes open, is an E. This is the A. That's the A. That's the E. If I close these three holes, I get an E. I mean, I get an A. It's basically doing the same thing that the first three holes in this tube do. But the advantage of this one is you can close them off at will. Okay, so now that I've got an E on the right tube, an A on the left tube, in the middle I'm going to play a little melody. And I'm blowing all three together. If I want to change this, I can change it easily to, let's change it to a C. Or a D, why not a D? Or indeed an A. Now we've got double A's. And that's all A. All three tubes are playing A now. So fun little thing, has a lot of flexibility. You can also just play the middle tube on its own without the other two. So it's fun. I've used it in a few places. Let me play something for you where I've used it as just a sort of a bit of a percussive sound. Basically what I'm doing in this cue is playing on 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I've probably got it tuned differently in this cue, but let's go take a listen to that. And that was from a movie called Bless Me Ultima. The cue is called An Argument. Okay, so the other super cool thing you can do with this thing is because it's got three tubes that you can tune to the same note, if you just start altering the note of one of them, the pitch, ever so slightly, you're going to start getting this weird beating effect. So basically what I'm going to do, let me show you, is I'm just going to take this finger and I'm going to start moving it off the hole ever so slightly. And this is kind of what it sounds like. Again. So cool effect. Let me try it up. That's in A. Everything tuned to A. I'm going to tune this pipe. I'm going to put up to E. And so on this one, I'm going to play in E, which is that note there. So you got on that pipe, on this pipe, which I can't do anything. I'm not going to play it. So I'm just going to put my mouth over these two holes. And I'm going to take this finger and move it off ever so slightly. This is what that sounds like. So a little easier to hear on that note with the beating as I get the pitch up a little bit, the beating gets faster, and as I get down to what this is, it gets slower again. It's just a nice effect. You can basically make, it's a sound effecty kind of idea, and with a lot of reverb or delay on it or something, you can really build up kind of an interesting pad or something like that. Now, moving along to perhaps my favorite, is the G flute. This is sort of a mid-range flute. The triple flute is obviously a high range, and the first flute I showed you is obviously a low range. This is a medium range. Beautiful flute. Again, same fingering. This is a 6-hole, same fingering chart, same position, same ability to play chromatically, and all that good stuff. It's a very agile flute, but it still is not as piercing as the high range, which is probably why I like it so much. Okay, so we're going to listen to a track where I've used this flute, this G flute, also from the movie Bless Me Ultima. It's called, the cue is called Sowing Seeds. Kind of goes, and I had to use, because the cue is in major, I had to use the major fingering. So yeah, your natural thing here would be the minor, but if you use that finger instead, you get the major. And as you can tell, you can bend between notes, which I really love on these flutes. So let's have a listen to that guy. Okay, so that finishes our episode on Native American flutes. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you subscribe if you haven't already, and please like this episode. And as always, please leave comments, suggestions, swear words, anything you like in the comments below. I love to hear back from you. We're always learning. And peace and earth and love and animals be with you. See you next week. 4 o'clock tea time. Do not interrupt me. Complemented with McVitie's. To be dipped in the tea and enjoyed. Nothing like a fucking McVitie's. Let's try that whole thing again. McVitie's is the shit. Fucking moron. Oh Jesus. What a moron. Let's have a look. You can't fucking change it. Wait. That's the wrong way around. Let's try that again. Try this again. Try that again. Try that again. Let's try that again. That was pretty weak. Alright, I'm just gonna fucking scrap the whole thing. Don't give me that fucking click nonsense. So yeah, fuck that up. Do it. I really need to find out if this is working. Hello? Testicles. Testicles. Play. Fucking snapper. Yeah, what part of play are you having trouble with today? Okay, it really doesn't go like that. Hi there, this is Mark Killian on my Gravy Street channel. Jesus Christ. Nah, fuck that.